Welcome back, everybody. Derrick Soo, your East Oakland advocate. Well, here's something that's really disturbing. I was divorced a number of years ago, but gray divorces is on the rise, meaning that seniors, grandma and grandpa, are divorcing more commonly these days than it was in the before 1990. And this trend is started back in 1990, where seniors are more likely to be divorced. I know that several of my aunts and uncles, once they hit their 50s, later 50s, they divorced, and for whatever reason, and that's a trend that is on the rise right now, and that's been very disturbing, because here's the thing: a couple who have built their life together and have commingled all their assets, have combined financial wealth um, estimate, and so even divorcing cuts that financial wealth not only in half, but even half of that. So your financial wealth is drastically altered because of financial holdings, property. Just like in my divorce, I ended up having to sell my family home. That also we spent nearly $400,000 remodeling from top to bottom, and that's just the materials. That doesn't include my nearly 4 years of labor that I put into the project, along with the engineering, the architectural calculations, working with the city of Oakland. So there was a lot to that. But um, here's the downside. During the divorce, it is more likely that the woman will initiate the divorce than the man. The woman is more likely to initiate the divorce than the man, and that was the case with mine. My wife, she initiated the divorce back in 2007, and we finalized in 2008. So it was very quick. There wasn't anything to argue about. We split our assets. I took everything that I had for my business. She had everything from her modeling business, from her IP attorney business. So we actually didn't commingle that much. The way, because we each came from a divorce previously, we learned a lot of lessons. And so we didn't commingle a lot of money or our finances. There were things that we had to, because that's just the way things are. Like the house. The house was a commingled financial asset. Uh, our cabin in South Lake Tahoe was a commingled financial asset, not only to us, but also to the 11 other families that were involved in that holding. There were 12 of us in that holding. So we each had 1 month to use that cabin in South Lake Tahoe, or an equivalent of time, of 30 days' time to access uh, the cabin in South Lake Tahoe. But uh, the woman, typically, her lifestyle declines 45%, at least 45%. And in many cases, she may even end up living on the streets, homeless, as we see. And I've met many that have ended up on the streets, not only themselves but with their children also. So that's something to be really afraid of, um, because I myself, if it wasn't for the particular situation and financial uh, um, remedies that I have in place that I put together while I was homeless, I wouldn't be in this situation today. But it took a lot of planning, it took a lot of work, and it took a lot of risk. Uh, and then for the man, on the man side, his lifestyle declines typically 21%. I would say there was a perfect storm of events that occurred around mine, and so yeah, my lifestyle, got turned completely upside down, and there was nothing uh, uh, that I still carry over from my past life, um, other than the memories. But it's scary to think that, uh, you, number one, with the divorce, the female is more likely to initiate the divorce. During the divorce, each of you are going, your lifestyle is going to decline. Uh, Unfortunately for the female, it's going to decline for sure, more negatively than the man. Uh, and there could be a lot of reasons. It could be not only age, but also age discrimination these days. It doesn't matter where you go. There's that issue, and then the man, his lifestyle typically declines at least 21%, and so that's pretty sad. And then the overall decline in your financial wealth is at least 50%, and typically you lose even more than that. As let's say if I was worth $10 million through the divorce, I should be worth $5 million. No, I'm not even worth $1 million. So your financial um, credibility, also your financial future, is greatly jeopardized by the gray divorce, and your standard of living completely changes. Is I live like this now, which isn't bad compared to how I was living when I was living on Oakland streets, but it does not compare to the lifestyle that I had as a multimillionaire, where I had a beautiful Grand Lake home. Before that, I had a condo here in Oakland, near the Rose Garden. Before that, my wife and I lived in the city of Alameda, out in Harbor Bay Isle, one of the nicest areas uh, here in the Bay Area, and close to everything. So, but life goes on. But it is devastating, getting a divorce late in life. Also, you're not having a partner to watch over you, in case of medical emergencies or other things. We don't have that. But here where I am, I have workers that are in and out. We're 24-hour operation. We have security here on site. So we have people always coming through here. And it's not uncommon for people to come check on me in the middle of the night, because they may have questions about the computer system that we have set up for the filtering operations and the water quality monitoring operations. So there's a lot of things going on here that I have to be here for. And so my life is very busy once again, because setting up a business, but also my consideration of becoming your next Oakland mayor, should the recall of Sheng Tao be successful in November of this year. So we're still gathering signatures to make sure that it makes the ballot. Once it qualifies for the ballot, then that opens up the floodgates for candidates to come aboard, become the next mayor. And I'll be one of those. So listen closely, folks, for that announcement when the recall qualifies for the ballot, which should be around March. As we have to gather a lot of signatures, and if you want to help out to make sure Sheng Tao and that recall reaches the ballot, get to one of your nearby grocery shopping centers, or find out where there's a signature gathering, uh, organized group activity somewhere here in the city of Oakland to get your signature. Say, yes, I want to recall Mayor Sheng Tao. Thanks for joining me today. We'll be right back.